Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. Today's episode is a crucial but a very important one as well. We are discussing people pleasing, setting boundaries, and how I realized that being a Jehovah's Witness prepared me to be a person with no boundaries in life. I want to start this by saying that, especially if you're born in, being a Jehovah's Witness trains you and grooms you to be somebody who is agreeable. You don't get a say on the decisions that are made in your life. For example, if you're told that all of a sudden you're not supposed to wear this by some random man, can you imagine that you just meet a man at a random place for 2 hours and he comes and tells you that you need to change your outfit or your style or your haircut or your piercings, the things that you like? You immediately are told that you need to do what he says. There's no room for you to say no. There's no room for you to set a boundary. In every situation, you're told that they know what's best because they are governed by Holy Spirit. So they know what's best for you. Growing up in this environment can do serious damage to you when you're older, because you sometimes do shine in the workplace. We've heard this all the time. Jehovah's Witnesses make great employees. You know why? Because they don't complain. They accept whatever is dished to them. They accept whatever horrible treatment is given to them at work because they're used to just going with the program. We're not given the gifts, the tools, or the script, or the skills needed to be able to set boundaries for ourselves. We become yes men in the workplace. And if you so happen to be a Jehovah's Witness who is not like this, you're considered bad association. You're considered rebellious. But what's rebellious about knowing what you like and knowing what you don't like? What's rebellious about having standards for yourself? Things that you know you can tolerate and things you won't tolerate. I truly believe that being a Jehovah's Witness grooms such toxic people-pleasing mentalities. Let's look at it this way. We are in the same congregation with probably the same group of people from the time we're young to the time we grow old. There are some people you absolutely don't like. You don't like their personality, you don't like the way they think, you don't like the way they talk, you don't like the way they present themselves, but we're forced to be around them every week, twice a week. Sometimes you're even forced to work with them in field service. You're forced to have conversations with people you have no liking to. Regular people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses don't need to be around people they don't like that much. Even at work, it's not really a job. Unless you do a job where you're forced to interact that much, most people are just minding their business, heads are down, and they're just clocked in. But with Jehovah's Witnesses, you're forced to talk after the meetings, to reach out and go for gatherings, invite them to your home, cook for them. You are told to do things that you don't want to do just so you can make people who probably aren't even watching you happy. You feel like this is what you need to do, so you succumb to it every single time. I've had situations where there were sisters or people I really didn't like in the Kingdom Hall, but you find yourself inviting them to your events. You find them because that's just what you need to do. The one time that I did set a boundary and I didn't invite a sister, she's 40 years old. She called her dad, who was 70 years old, to call my dad, who's in his 60s, to ask why she wasn't invited to my picnic. You know I don't like you, ho. You know I don't like you, and I know very well you don't like me. You've made it so clear to me that you don't like me. So I've put a boundary that you cannot be in my space because you've made it clear that you don't appreciate me. But because of what we're forced to do and be as witnesses, I was forced to send an invite to her. Did she come? No, she didn't. But it's just the fact that my boundaries weren't respected at the time when I was a witness. You can consider the fact like people who go into Bethel. You get there, you don't even know the job you're going to do. You're just told what to do, how long to do it for, and how to get it done. There's no room for you to really say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's room to say what you like or what you want to do. If you have dreams of a profession, of being a doctor or a lawyer, that's something you've always wanted to do, your boundaries are stripped away from you because you're told that pursuing higher education is just the same as putting yourself in the pit of Satan's lair. And it's so sad. We're laughing now, but it's actually not funny at all. It's not funny at all. And I think it really is difficult for me as I've been navigating my life at work, and I've been starting to set boundaries, and people around me are so uncomfortable because for the last 7 years that I've worked there, that I was a witness, I never so much as made a complaint. Whatever the boss said went. And now that I have a backbone and I'm learning to say no, I feel like it triggers a lot of people, and that can be so scary. if you've just left the truth and you're trying to navigate your way around knowing who you are, what you like and what you don't like, that you actually don't need to make other people happy. You can actually just live to make yourself happy, and you're not wrong for that. So if you have your own situations where your boundaries were not respected or crossed, or you felt like you were put in a position to make other people happy and you abandoned yourself, please do share in the comment section below. If you've managed to find some ways to overcome people pleasing and setting boundaries wherever you are, please also share the tips and the things that you tell yourself, and let's learn from each other. Let's figure out how to be normal people after leaving the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses. Thank you for listening.